Hey everybody, this is Rob Vegas, and of course I am checking in from Melbourne, Australia with another exciting episode of Assembled Troops, coming to you live from Melbourne Central, which of course is in Melbourne. So very exciting times here. We've got the big old historical shot tower right there behind us. That's pretty cool. A lot of history there, and of course the big old magic cone, they used to call it, which is a big cone. I don't know what magic tricks it does, but anyway, what we're going to do is head back over to the old Rob Vegas Technology Center and go assemble some troops. So I will see you there, friends. Okay, so we've made it back to the old Rob Vegas Technology Center, and we are going to continue to kick it hardcore with our good friends from the Core, a kind of rival series of O-ring figures to G.I. Joe. And this is really awesome because, I mentioned it previously, you can get these guys, well, you used to be able to get these guys for about $3 Aussie back in the 1990s and the 80s and back way when. And, let's say you're a bit tight on cash and you couldn't afford G.I. Joes, these guys were always there, and yeah, just a real cool, fun alternative. And plus, being the same scale as a G.I. Joe figure, for example, his skid mark, our favorite, you could, have these guys join in on playtime and, yeah, they'd be part of the team, or you could have them as some kind of weird alternate characters or whatever, you just have a good time with them. And what we've done is found, of course, all of the file cards. You might have noticed this in a previous video, which is part of File Card Frenzy, what we're doing at the moment. So we have, in addition to finding all of the G.I. Joe file cards, we found all of the file cards for our friends at the Core. And the idea of this series is, of course, to give these guys some shout it out loud and celebrate them and make sure, A, they've got their file cards, and B, see if we can't also reunite them with their awesome accessories, and most of all, have some fun along the way. This gentleman we have on the show today is Flashfire. He is a napalm flamethrower specialist, according to the file card. So check it out. You can see the artwork there. They did come on the same sort of size file card as the G.I. Joes, and for whatever reason in my collecting journey, we did just, back in the 90s, we just sort of chopped it off and filed it away. We filed away the card, hence the name file card. But you can see it's got his portrait there, and it's got all the core details. Of course, the Core being the International Security Force, and this is his dossier file. Is that how you pronounce that? I'm pretty sure it is dossier, or I don't know. Some people say dossier, but that sounds weird. But dossier, that sounds a bit more fancy. Like I said, weapon specialty. We got Flashfire with napalm, flamethrower. Tactical specialty is selective destruction of an enemy cover, setting control backfires to certain contain forest fires. So he's a helpful chap. Service history. So they give you a bit more background on him here. It says experience in 2 extensive tours of duty. The first is part of a NATO peacekeeping force in the Middle East, where he specialized in controlling oil field fires. That's a very specific reference. If you're around in the 1990s, you know what they're talking about there. The second tour, after a brief retirement and service in a metropolitan fire department as an incendiaries expert in Southeast Asia. Apparently, according to his professional profile, that's the next section there, he is noted for his ability to maintain his icy cool when the heat is on, He's fearless and effective, even when fully embroiled at the center of a fiery conflict. I see what they did there. How good is that? Now, I've got this bag of the core accessories, and I'm gonna have to freestyle this, so because I can't remember off the top of my head what matches up with who, but I think, and I'm gonna go out on a limb, that this gas tank looking sort of deal and this flamethrower kind of business, which looks like a recast of was it Torch from the Dreadnoks, one of those dudes. I am guessing that this and this belong to our good friend Flashfire. So what we're going to do, and he does have a thumb injury, left hand, so bad news there, I do apologize. But he's in, other than that, in good shape. So no troop assembling today, sorry, but let's hook him up with his flamethrower. Whoop, if I can, somehow. Looks like that thumb's actually a bit tender as well. I can see like a little sort of stress fracture kind of thing going on there. But, oh, he's got his, I don't know if that's the right way up, but it looks good to me. There we go, Flashfire. What a trip out. He's back in action. And he's going to be doing all of his military specialties. He's going to be from the top. He's going to be putting out some oil fires in the Middle East and helping out control bushfires and things. So that's a win. And it's always great, like, to just celebrate these particular figures who might not get enough love, or no one remembers them and things like that. But even though it's kind of like a G.I. Joe knockoff brand or something like that, I like to think of them as part of the team. And when it came to messing around with your toys when you were growing up, your imagination was the limit, and good times to have these dudes on board. And even better times to have him back with his accessories and his file card as part of File Card Frenzy. So give old mate Flashfire a shout it out loud from Melbourne, Australia. And we're going to keep on kicking it hardcore with the core. Did I pick the right accessories? Did I don't know, mess up bad? Let me know in the comments below. Did you have any of the core figures growing up? Feel free to share your memories in the comments below, and like and subscribe and all that business, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you, everybody.